How to customize Excel tabs with icons, colors, and navigation. A workbook with 15 white generically named tabs at the bottom of the screen is one of the clearest visual signals that a spreadsheet has not been designed. It's just been accumulated. Now, by the end of this tutorial, you're going to know how to color code your tabs into a logical visual system, rename them with meaningful and consistent conventions, build a functional navigation hub that works like a table of contents, and create clickable links between sheets that turn a confusing pile of tabs into something that works like a real tool rather than a file that requires explanation every time someone opens it. Now, before we touch any setting, it is worth understanding what bad tab organization actually costs in practical terms, because this influences how seriously you invest in getting it right. Now, in any workbook with more than 6 or 7 sheets, the tab bar is going to become a navigational bottleneck. Finding the right sheet requires either scanning through all the visible tabs, which is quite slow and error prone when names are generic or abbreviated, or using the small left right arrows next to the tab bar to scroll through tabs that are even visible without scrolling. Now, this navigation friction adds up to real minutes per day across a workbook that is opened frequently, and it compounds when multiple people use the same workbook and none of them built it. Now, beyond personal productivity, poorly organized workbooks, you create onboarding costs. Every time someone new opens the file, they need a tour of explanation to understand where things are. A well organized workbook is self explaining. Someone opens it and can find what they need without asking. And that is not a small thing in a professional context. Now, what you can do is you can literally double click any tab like this to enter the rename mode. The naming conventions that work have three properties. They're short enough to be readable without the tab expanding to an awkward width. They're specific enough to distinguish the sheet from, similar sheets, and they use consistent formatting across the whole workbook. Now, short is going to mean 6 to 12 characters at a rough target. Like, let's say, I'm going to call this index. So there we have it. Now, Excel is going to truncate long names anyway. Specific means, like Q1 sales instead of data. The tab name answers the question what's in here at a glance. Now, consistent means deciding on a naming convention like title case, abbreviations, date formats, and applying it uniformly, not mixing Q1 sales with Q2 sales and March revenue in the same workbook. Now, for date-based sheets, you can decide on date format conventions as well early and stick to it, like Jan 2026 or any other date format. Now, whatever format your organization uses, but the same one across every date-based tab. Mixed date formats in a single workbook are one of the most reliable indicators of a workbook that grew without design. You can right-click literally any tab, and you can actually select a tab color for yourself. So let's say I want this to be a red. And you can go ahead and choose even more different colors if you want to do so. So we have index at red, right? Now, the create principle, tab colors should communicate category membership at a glance. Before the viewer reads the tab name, this means designing a color system first, assigning color to function, and then applying it consistently across the entire workbook, rather than coloring individual tabs because they seem important or because you like the color. Now, a simple functional example is, let's say I'm going to create the sheet. I'm going to call it input. So we can literally choose a blue for input. So we have red for index and a blue for input right here. Okay. And, it's great for any type of, reference sheets. And a simple functional example can be blue for input sheets where data is entered. Then you could go ahead and choose a green for, let's say, I'm going to call this total. And in total, we're going to choose green for this. And I'm going to choose blue for our input right here. So let's go with a dark blue over there. So we have red for index, blue for input, green for total. Then you could go with a gray for any reference sheets that don't change frequently, and so on. Your color coding will obviously be very, regulatorily according to the actual purpose of that sheet. Now, the constraint to maintain, use at most 4 or 5 distinct colors in your system. More tthan that, AHD, the color differentiation loses its communicative value. You end up with a rainbow that conveys novelty rather than actual structure. Now, the difference between a meaningful tab color and decorative coloring is consistency in application. Now, every sheet belonging to a category must have exactly the same color, not a close approximation, not similar, but slightly different, because I couldn't remember the exact one. Now, Excel's color picker is going to remember recently used colors, and for custom hex codes, you should definitely keep your workbook's color specifications written down somewhere accessible. So, you can apply the same exact values every time you add a new sheet. Now, inconsistent color applications, where most blue tabs are the same shade but one is noticeably lighter, is worse than no color system at all, because it implies a system exists while actually failing to deliver one. A viewer seeing an inconsistently applied color system will either not trust it or spend time trying to understand what the color inconsistency means, both of which defeat the purpose. Now, Excel does not support inserting real icons or images into names, but it does allow any Unicode text character, which includes a range of symbols that you can use to visually flag specific tabs. And to add a Unicode symbol to a tab name, you're going to go ahead, create a tab. I'm going to double click it. And once you've done that, what you can do from here on out is give it the basic edit mode. And over here, I'm going to click on this. And right here, you can see we have different types of modes over here, like deleting, rename. Now, over here, if we enter edit mode as so, you can search for any type of Windows character map in the start menu. So you can literally come here and search for a Windows character map. Now, the usual Windows character map should already be available in your systems. In the case it's not, you can go ahead and download it for yourself. Now, adding some type of sample symbol through that is really easy. Now, to add a proper character map, you can go ahead and copy it off of your Google browsers as well, or maybe something like this over here by adding a format cell and then adding it in this. Now, you can build your navigation hub sheet pretty easily by giving it clear contents and clear things to look forward to, because the more forward and discreet your design is, the better it's going to look and sound. You can rename every tab with a short, specific, consistent format, apply a color system where the color communicates functional category, build a navigational hub with a hyperlink and purpose description for every sheet, add a return link to the hub on every sheet, format navigation elements to look like navigation rather than data, hide rarely used sheets, and make them look much cleaner and specific. So yeah, that is pretty much about it for this video. Thank you for watching all the way till the end, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.